Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Dan, another Monday, another gap in between our expectations and the reality of supporting Exeter City FC.
Not for me. My expectations are, as low as you like.
Rock bottom.
Yeah.
Limbo.
Nah, they're just low. Just,
okay.
Low. Low. Not on the floor, but they're low-ish.
Okay. Lowish.
Yeah, they're lowish. It sounds like a...
Clark and lowish. Okay. So, Exeter City had Barnsley, the Tykes, at home.
Yeah.
You were there, I wasn't there. They came away with a 2-1 defeat.
Who did?
Well, Exeter City.
We didn't really come away. Well, came away. Could you come away from your own ground?
They wallowed in a 2-1.
They swanned off for a Christmas do in London, apparently. But
Have they?
they
Lads,
shouldn't be allowed to enjoy themselves if they've lost.
Yeah.
That should be cancelled.
Cancelled Christmas.
Cloughie would have cancelled it, wouldn't he? He
Cloughie
wouldn't have let them have a party in the first
Cloughie
place.
would have taken the Christmas pudding and made them watch while he kicked it into oblivion.
Yeah, or just, Anyway, times have changed.
Probably for the best.
It's a different outlook now.
But it wasn't a very good game, and it wasn't a very good performance, and it was not a good result.
No. Now, Barnsley are good.
Yeah.
Their recent form, I think, kind of gave us an impression possibly that we were playing a team who weren't quite up to the standard of the teams we've played a lot of recently. And then this is all, there's so much to unpick. That's why we're here. But they are a good team. They are, expected to do better than us. Yep. And in this match, they did do better than us.
But we were 1-0 up at half-time.
We were 1-0 up at half-time. There was one change from the previous League One match. I don't know what it was, but I don't know what the match was. Who did we play before? Whoever.
Yeah. What was
Stockport.
it?
There was one change from that, which was Caleb Watts in.
Yep.
And whoever
it
was out.
Watts was in.
Yeah, Watts is in.
By the way, recently buoyed by his published article in Mondial. He's taken it up a notch or two, isn't he, with his with his writing?
Those kind of hipster journalism outlets are always looking for a footballer with the ability to hold a pen, aren't they? Or,
this is quite a good... We've got quite a good lineage of this. Well, by which I mean two. Because David Wheeler, obviously, still... I read his article in The Guardian this week.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about how women football players had led the way with their protest against Saudi Arabia and the oil industry, and the men could do more. And then Caleb Watts, similar kind of player to Wheeler in a way, although obviously much kind of different levels of success.
Yeah.
Also writing...
Although Caleb Watts played in the Premier League, that's something I'm not sure David Wheeler's ever done. Well, I am sure he hasn't. Yeah,
okay, that's true. But Watts writing about...
Well, I don't know what he's writing about, actually, because it's behind the paywall.
But I got the quote, which was about... I can hear you when you shout at me on the pitch.
Yeah, I think it's about kind of criticism generally. And I read the bit you're allowed to read.
Yeah.
And then the bit for people with money, I thought, is he having a pop at us?
Oh.
Not to be a narcissist.
Because of...
I wondered if he was having a pop at us, even though we've never actually criticised him.
I really like him.
But we have criticised... Well,
too
late now.
Yeah, because you keep calling him a professor.
I've called him a boffin and that, but that's endearment. I like him.
All right, well, maybe I'll pay and find out, and I'll have wasted £5 because he definitely isn't talking about us.
Well, but you never know. Worth a fiver to find out.
Anyway, Watts was playing. Starting.
Slagged off some of his mates.
I reckon if you're a footballer and someone slags off your mates for being a footballer, part of you's like, yeah, good, because I can't say it.
Maybe, yeah.
He should have passed to me the other day, that kind of thing. Anyway, Watts started, and City started fairly well, right?
Yes, yeah, they did, yeah. Actually, yeah, we did start well. We actually sort of seemed to be creating a couple of half chances. Aitchton had a shot on target. Or just off target, perhaps. So it wasn't on target, but a good move, and we were getting down the flanks a bit. Watts, like I said, I thought looked good. He won the free kick, by kind of like, he turned on the edge of the box and was brought down and got the free kick that we scored from.
Yep.
It wasn't like, oh my God, we're cruising, but it was fine, and we looked, okay, there's something, and then McGuinness steps up, and and people who were there around me can vouch for this. So I did say, look, they haven't got they haven't done the draft excluder here.
Yeah.
And McGuinness, but I think it was, that was I think in their defence, had it not taken a big deflection, the keeper would have saved it.
Yeah.
Because he was already positioned and going the right way. Basically, they thought he didn't need the man lying down. But it did take a big deflection, and in it goes. There was a game midweek as well in the Vitality. What's it called now?
No, Virtue.
The Virtue Cup, whatever that
Trophy.
The Virtue Trophy.
Yeah.
The Virtue Signalling Trophy.
Yeah.
The Woke Cup, where we scored one goal direct from a corner, Pierce Sweeney.
Yep.
But let's not worry too much about that. So this one, goal goes in, we go, okay, we've scored early.
We've played well.
We're playing all right.
Yeah.
It's another set piece. So still no goal from open play, but you think it's early days and we look all right here, so maybe this will be okay. I didn't think it was terrible. There's a few key moments, I'd say, which is that Ryan Woods at one point tried to ping a pass out to Ali on the left wing, and it went just over his head or something, and then Woods was furious, screaming at Ali.
Yeah.
Which I can only assume is kind of that Ali isn't in the place he's supposed to be, rather than, it could be either, but that's obviously Ryan Woods' point of view. And yeah, and then it did kind of fade a bit, the kind of 1-2, 1-0 up, and it kind of looked like, well, but I thought we went in, half time, we're 1-0 up.
But the shouting at Ali continued, right, at half time.
Well, when the half time whistle goes, Coldwell runs onto the pitch and right up to Ali, and obviously I can't hear what he's saying, and we don't know what it's like, but he is going mad at him. You know that much.
Yeah.
They're mad at him, like right up to him, and continues off down the tunnel. So, I mean, I sat in the...
That's weird, right? I mean, that's a weird thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, when you
want... Well, it's out of character anyway.
Yeah, when you wonder about... When we always see him getting yelled, like Ali getting yelled at by Caldwell, but like this was like seemed a bit more extreme. Now, in the Woke Trophy, I sat in the sitting down area.
The stand?
Yeah, the Nevada construction.
Yeah. It'll always be the Ivor Doble to me, by the way.
It'll always be the cowshed to me.
Well, it's changed, doesn't it?
It'll
understand.
always be the cowshed
right, fine.
to me. So I sat in the cowshed.
Yeah, good.
And...
saying all right Martyn to Martyn Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
And you can really hear... I was sat quite near the dugout, and so I get a kind of more... I know everyone knows this, but he is there. They're screaming at him non-stop. All the players to be in... Like it's micromanagement to the nth degree.
Yeah.
Aitchison's a metre further inside than Caldwell would like him to be, and he's screaming at him to get back into the right place, And I don't know, I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out that there's a lot of management going on during the game. It's not the Arsene Wenger philosophy of let them go out there and express themselves.
Or the Matt Taylor, or the Gary Caldwell. Or the Paul Tisdale.
Tisdale is far too cool to be screaming.
But Taylor never really did that. He would say the odd thing, but he was pretty much
He did shout a lot, but I don't think it was quite as...
It was more... He wasn't...
I can still hear his bellowing...
Yeah, so can I.
In the back of my head,
But Caldwell is constant. Taylor wasn't like that.
No, and if you get close to it, it's really kind of like screaming at the person to move about a foot.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, that's that. Half-time, 1-0 down.
But Sweeney alludes to the shouting, doesn't he?
Yeah, I was going to do that in chronological order, but let's do it now.
No, whatever you want.
Okay, we're non-linear. We're non-linear.
Sure.
in a Pulp Fiction style flash forward at this point.
Yeah.
We are... Sweeney says that there's a big old row at half time.
Yeah.
This is after the game,
We're
obviously.
winning, by the way, at this point, aren't we? We're winning.
When we were 1-0 up, yeah, there's a big old row. It's player on player. It's management. They're all angry with each other, shouting.
Someone's pulled the head off Perks's soft Paw Patrol toy.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Could be.
Let's assume so.
So, which is... I mean, weren't playing brilliantly, but I would say we've played a lot worse than that. And then you've come out and said we were good. So I don't know what it's about.
Who said they were good? Colwell said they were
No,
good.
other games. We've
Oh, I
gone like,
see.
oh, we were good in that game. And I thought, oh, we were shit. But you've said it's brilliant. But like, anyway, so they're not happy for some reason. At about 35 minutes, I saw, this is going back again.
Yes.
Reece Cole gets called back from his warm-up and he's fully stripped. Kit.
Oh, really?
Ready to go. About 35 minutes. And I was like, who's he coming on for? There's like, I couldn't see anyone.
Well, Watts, presumably.
Yeah, but now I know that. But at the time, I couldn't see anyone kind of like looking like they were.
What was Watts doing wrong?
Well, I thought he was playing well.
Oh, it's weird, isn't it?
Like he looked the same as he always does, which is like, looks like he's at least attempting to kind of give us a bit of impetus on the front foot.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Cole put the coat back on, sat back down, but then it was obvious during the half-time break. By the way, during half-time,
Yeah.
there was a running race, a foot race between an Exeter City fan and a Barnsley fan.
Organised.
Yeah, but they just kind of put it out there, like, anyone want to be?
Oh.
Let yourself known if you want to do a race at half-time.
Really run out of stuff.
Yeah, guess
Right.
so. But anyway, I think they're trying to up the entertainment, so this is...
Right. Was that a prize?
Don't know.
Because if you score
Pride.
like a 3-pointer at the basketball,
Yeah.
well, halfway line shot, isn't it? You
Yeah,
can win like a car.
But I don't think you're going to give it because you don't. That's controllable, isn't it? As in, like most people can't do that. Whereas there is going to be a winner between
True. But let me have a shot from. Let me have a shot.
Crossbar
against,
challenge would be the one.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? I don't know. Anyway,
Let me have a shot against Kevin Miller.
so
Taggy could give out a car. He's got loads of cars.
he could, yeah.
He's got to drive around with his number plate on.
Taggy could give out a podcast studio.
He could, and then we'd all be happy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, second half, Cole's on.
Yeah.
Watts is off.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like, okay, good. We want Reece Cole back. We know that last season he was like probably our best player, if not one of them. And but I was a bit like, I thought Watts was at least kind of looking like something that we haven't had. I know Cole's also something we haven't had recently, but like, thought he was doing all right. Anyway, he's off.
He's so... Aitchison never comes off, does he? Or very rarely. Aitchison's always part
Well,
of
he
the
did
plan.
come off in this match,
Oh, right,
but
okay.
like...
He's always part of the plan, isn't he?
Yeah, Aitchison, McMillan,
Yeah.
Niskanen,
Yeah.
McGuinness. I think maybe all of them came off in this match, but
Yeah.
still.
Anyway, sorry, carry on. It's 1-0 half time.
Second half.
Cole's on.
For about 2 minutes, I thought we looked like, okay, we're pressing. And then it just fell to bits.
Yeah.
We concede a silly goal where we have about 15 chances to boot it away. In fact, we're even trying to boot it away. Kramer spoons one in the air. It lands halfway between McGuinness and someone else, and neither of them can boot it. Cole, I think. And then it drops to this lad on the edge of the box, who, fair enough, is like a hell of a finish.
Yeah, good shot that, isn't it?
But you go, like, even if it takes a good finish, you're still going to get punished for, like, not doing very basic defending.
Yep.
And then it just looked like you could just tell that they were going to score again, and they did. And then as soon as we're 2-1 down, we've got the ball again. I mean, we had the ball the whole match really, but we're just nothing with it. Colwell makes a quadruple substitution.
Yeah.
So again, can't totally remember who comes off, but Jay Bird comes on for McGuinness.
Yep.
Harper comes on. Cole's already on there. Who are the other two, John?
I'm just looking, but he does a complete overhaul.
Jake
so Mitchell
Richards
comes on for
on.
Aitchison. Jake Richards comes on for Ryan Woods. Harper comes on for Ali, and Bird for McGuinness.
Yeah.
That's all on. Well, it says 65, 66, but that I think basically the same. So we still got half an hour basically at that point. Did we ever look like scoring?
No. Well, again, we had lots of possession, just poor in the final third. You know, they to be fair to Barnsley, they didn't do a lot in the way of time wasting.
Right.
There's no rolling around on the floor or taking ages to do this or that or whatnot. The keeper, a bit of minor time wasting, I'd say, but we just did nothing. We just didn't. We huffed and puffed, and we tried to make stuff happen, but it just isn't happening. We don't get enough players in the box. We don't have quality. The quality of our delivery is appalling. When we do get a half chance, the players we've got never look like scoring. Vinnie Harper had a free header. It went so far wide, you wouldn't believe it.
Right.
Niskanen fell over in the box, sort of half shout for a penalty that was never going to get given. And Jay Bird, right at the death, kind of had a little bit of, had a chance to get an effort on target, but it was never going in. We've now, I think in this entire season, we've scored 6 goals from open play. 6.
In how many games have we played now? Plenty.
Loads.
Yeah, let's just say plenty. What's happened with this team, I was thinking about this properly in preparation for this, I suppose, is a team can accommodate a player like Ilmari Niskanen because his endeavour and his effort and his defending is really excellent.
We don't need every player in the team to be a goal threat.
No. But he's probably our biggest goal threat because of his effort and because he's always trying to get himself in the right place. And yet, I would comfortably bet my house, with my children and wife within it, that he's never scoring more than 2 or 3 a season.
No. Or providing more than 2 or 3 assists.
No, that's right.
Or even picking out a man.
No. And I'm not having a go at him here. I'm saying, if you've got him in your team, and I really see the value in having him, you need different players. Well, yeah, you need a different system.
Of course, you need them to come from elsewhere. Like he's providing, at least he's providing
real energy.
What he does provide.
Yes.
The thing is, we said this a couple of months ago, when the results were going our way, right? Which was, we said that we're winning games kind of 1-0, and we're getting a lot of clean sheets. Blah blah blah. That's because we've done the defence is good, right? It is good.
Yeah.
And I actually think that they can play the system pretty well.
Yeah.
The first goal at the weekend, notwithstanding, mostly we don't have a problem with those kind of things, clearing our lines.
Yeah.
Stuff like that in recent weeks, but we are always going to, you can't keep that up the whole season. We're outperforming our on all those clean sheets, weren't we, basically? And it couldn't continue. That's what we said about this. There was a comment about XG, and over time it will level itself out. If you're going to concede that many chances, you can't go on and there's factors to that. Afeko's missing, but we can't lay it all at his doorstep, and we are going to concede goals. That's a fact of that. Can't be possibly your approach to doing well in the league. No, we're not. We just let no goals in. I get prioritising defence, but you got to score some goals at some point.
Yeah, that's right. Now, if you look at the league and you look at kind of comparative teams, it's really interesting. So Charlton are basically the same team as us. Same amount of games played, same amount of points. They've only scored 18 goals, we've scored 17, and they've conceded 19, we've conceded 21. So it's basically the same performance.
Yeah.
The difference is they've managed to draw 6 games, whereas we've only drawn 3, and we've lost 9. Then you could compare us to Peterborough. Same points, 24, same goals, same games won, 7, same games drawn, 3, same games lost, 9. We've scored 17, they've scored 37.
Yeah, they score a lot of goals.
And with Peterborough, because they've got a lot of money and they've bought some really good players, it's not going to be... If they sort out their defence, they'll fly back up the league. I feel like there's no indication at all, that we're going to sort out this forward line.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? Yeah, like we're a mid-table team.
Yeah,
and I'm still fairly confident that's where we'll end up. And who really has at the minute any higher ambitions than that. The problem gets worse when the whole point of going to watch football is to enjoy yourself, really, isn't it? To enjoy it. Like, people do need something to get behind, and you're offering, what we're getting is, okay, we're getting the end result of what we want, I guess, but it's absolute torture to watch, because you're not even seeing it. We're not seeing any goals. None. And just, even when we do score, it's like, oh, it's a corner or a deflected free kick or a corner that's accidentally gone in, or like, it's just a bit soul destroying. So it skews it to feel worse than it is.
Yeah, I think my concern with it all is, it feels like that, and I don't think we're alone in saying it feels like that. I feel like that's the feeling across the board. Even if you're like, this is fine, this is what we want, no one feels excited about it.
Nah, same. It was the same last season.
Last season.
The problem was last season, which may happen again this season. It got so bad that then you start accepting, oh, right, fine, we're not losing every game anymore. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Now, we saw that last season. Gary Caldwell's safe in his job forever.
Yeah.
And so I can't see an end in sight for this, because his system is unchanging, or there's minor shifts, which seems to produce even less excitement. And the club, to their credit, didn't sack him last year and he turned it round. But does that mean we're just destined for 5 more years of really bad patch, followed by quite good patch, followed by really bad patch? Do you know what I mean? It just feels like, this is dire.
I mean, it is. And part of the results one is the fact that we had these clusters of we're playing all the big teams at once, which just kind of bad luck. Like you always say, spread those results out and you might not be too, as you might feel exactly the same. It's just the manner of it. It's just kind of like because you got that in last season in your memory, and because of this, again, I know it's the teams we're playing and whatnot. We haven't played anyone around us, but it's just so dull.
What's weird is
we want to see us have just shoot, just have a crack. No one's even having a crack. Just like at some point, just kind of like just to try and you'll get the crowd on side a bit if you just like have a go. Do you mean like it's just so boring? And then they're all shouting at each other. And now it's not even that. Well, they're all. What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Well, Ali's getting screamed at. Mate, just like, I'd rather just like, Ali, mate, don't even bother. Just don't worry about like what Caldwell's screaming at you in half time. Just go on a run. Try and take as many players on as you can and just smash it towards the goal from wherever you are. Yeah. Because even though that's pretty unlikely to result in any goals, at least it would give you something to go like, good to watch, something exciting to happen. It's just so shit.
What's weird was that Wickham first 20 minutes was really exciting. We've had these weird glimpses, haven't we? It was Reading as well, wasn't it? Those 10 minutes at the end. It was really exciting. So we've got the players obviously got it in them. Of course, they're professional footballers who like to attack and like to score goals.
I think they're underperforming.
Agreed.
Probably because of a combination of the system and because they're League One players who aren't going to be.
But it's
super
in
consistent.
There. We're not going to do. Our results aren't going to be any worse, to be honest, because we've got such a good defence. What's the phrase? Let them off the leash or whatever.
Let them off the leash. But maybe it can't be off the leash. I don't know, because.
But of course you can. Those defenders are good. They're quick.
No, but it's not just about the defenders, is it? The reason we've had a good defence is because of the whole system with every player involved. That's what keeps the ball out of the net. It's the whole team. The problem is, how do you have that and also have anything in the attack? Because right at the moment, it seems like we can't have both. But that was okay when the defence were keeping the ball out of the net and Whitworth was keeping us in matches and stuff. Yeah. And now, when that stops happening, when it's been tested against bigger teams, that won't happen. So you've got nothing. You've got nothing happening there. Yeah. That ain't working, and you've got no. You don't even look like you're going to have a shot, let alone score a goal.
No. Oh dear. All right. Well, there's more games coming up, and it is Christmas, so we're going to think about all of that stuff.
Yeah, but
go on.
Yeah. What about the catering?
Good question.
Because I think we might be influencing the game here.
Okay, explain yourself.
To be honest, we already know we are influencing the game, but that's a different matter. But they're getting different food in. Yeah. Did you see that cheeseburger?
Burger and chips.
I've got to ask if you kind of like, you know McDonald's, right? You know when you see an advert for McDonald's, and they take a photo of the burger and they put it on the bus stop, right? That ain't what the burger looks like in real life.
Yeah.
That same very simple PR advertising technique had not been employed, and I don't know if it's the burgers were rushed in at the last minute, but it didn't look like it was like, oh, we're selling burgers, are we? It's like, I mean, it doesn't look great.
It's a work in progress.
Well, you can make it look, it doesn't matter if it looks like that in real life.
Yeah.
All food looks worse in real life than it does in the photo. Just take a better photo of it.
Yeah.
Put a filter on it. I don't know.
My mate's dad, his whole job was
like a very flowery bun.
Yes.
You know those?
Yes.
It's like a burger you get at a car boot sale.
It was really, yeah. My mate's dad, his job was wedding cake photographer.
Oh, yeah.
So the house was always full of wedding cakes.
Yeah. They're a lot easier to photograph. They're made to look nice.
You know that they mix glue in with cheese on pizza adverts.
Really? Yeah, all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
Vaseline on your teeth for a frictionless smile.
Yeah. It's a con. So just get involved in the con.
Anyway, chips and burgers available from where? In the stands.
Yeah, in the Nevada.
Ooh.
I think only in that one.
Only in that one.
But that one, and also these little potato wedges.
Yeah, I'd get a wedge.
Yeah, I'd get a couple wedges.
Wedge.
Not available to the big bank though, so you know.
Yeah.
At the moment, these things could change.
Why didn't they get a picture of Ryan Woods eating it and title it Wedgwood?
A very good question. You know, like it's. I can never work out why they don't ask you to do their marketing.
It's a mystery to us all.
Yeah.
Well, with that in mind, we'll be back in a second with more marketing tips.
Look, there's a pigeon at the window.
Oh, hello. Welcome back to the Big Bang Theory podcast. The pigeon's left, I'm afraid, flown off. Remember, you can get in touch with us, bigbankpod@gmail.com. Thanks to everyone who's written in this week. Loads of you, honestly, 4 or 5, telling us we're in your Spotify Wrapped. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Playlist of the year, top playlist of the year, all that kind of stuff. So we do appreciate it. I mean, we're always amazed at how many people listen to this nonsense. So
I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify, so I don't know, you know. I just use another app for that. Do you know what? I like to separate it out.
Do you?
I like to go, if I'm listening to music, Spotify.
Yeah.
And if I'm listening to podcasts, this other one.
What's the other one?
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, okay. Anyway, thanks for all those emails. We appreciate it. I don't know why we asked this, but Audie's been in touch to tell us that David Seaman laughs a lot.
We were talking about who laughs a lot. You said Micah Richards or I said Micah Richards. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why we were talking about it, but yeah.
So, Seaman laughs a lot, so thanks for that. And Jim's been in touch to ask... this is Jim who lives in Singapore, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
When's Colwell going to put Theo Cutler in? Now, apparently he's scoring a hatful in the youth team. But we'll see. You seen him?
Yeah, I have seen him, yeah.
Did he score loads?
Yeah, I think I've seen him score. Yeah, not at the moment, probably.
Probably not yet.
I don't know.
You probably need a pass.
I get a lot of people asking about, and a lot of people's gripes with Colwell is that he's not using the academy players as much as managers have done in the past. I think that's true, but the difference is that we're in League One, and no one else, apart from Matt Taylor for a second, has managed us in League One for a long time.
Yeah.
And so that's an element of it, that it's a lot big. It's a bit of a bigger jump to have your youth players. One thing bringing them in League Two. It's another thing bringing them in League One, I suppose. It might be a little bit of, and he has brought Jake Richards in. Ed James has been around the kind of first team a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
And then, you know, there's been other.
Harry Lee's the mystery to me.
But Harry Lee's is the mystery because he doesn't play even when he could have played in that.
Yeah, virtue thing.
Yeah, but Sean McDonald played instead and put in one of the worst goalkeeping performances that I can remember seeing in an Exeter City shirt.
Yeah.
But so you kind of think, well, Harry Lee couldn't have done any worse than that, could he? But odd, don't know. And then we've got this other kid, a keeper on loan at Exmouth, who's unreal, isn't he? By all accounts, I mean, he's unreal at Exmouth level anyway. So, yeah. So I don't know, bit of both really. I can't see Cutler coming in anytime soon when Sonny Cox can't even get in the team. So
no. And then Callum's been in touch. Good question, this Callum. Who would be the best and worst players and staff to get in a City secret Santa? Good question.
Well, you just got to go. I don't know. You know so little about them.
I think Kramer will get you a nice cheese board.
Oh, who's getting you?
Yeah.
Who are you expecting a present off?
Who would you be pleased to have got you a present?
Oh, then to have got me a present rather than I've got to get them.
You haven't got to get them a present.
Well, I might. Well, that's how Secret Santa works.
Anyway, it's made up. Callum's made it up, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Okay.
I'm asking for Kramer to get me a cheese board.
You can't ask them what to get you. It's a secret.
I'm proposing that I'd like to get Kramer because he might get me a cheese board.
Right, okay, yeah. I would.
Which I can't eat, but whatever.
Yeah, that's
doesn't
no
work,
good,
does it?
I suppose who's on the most money? Who's on the most money? You know, like
Taggy.
Yeah, I'll
Can I have a car, please,
Taggy. Can I have my own podcast studio?
Yeah.
Actually, you can keep it. Ryan Woods.
You wouldn't want him, or you would?
I'll get him. I mean, I've had worse presents in my life than a Aswad LP.
Get your red, gold, and green hat.
Yeah, all that. You know.
I wouldn't want a present from Gary.
No.
Because I think it would be a dour Scottish.
It would be Scottish
item.
related, wouldn't it? But then there's some good Scottish products. You know.
Yeah.
Those.
Yeah, I might get a Teenage Flan Club LP, but I don't think Gary's buying me that, has he?
A Fair Isle sweater.
Oh, yeah, nice. Did you notice I said Teenage Flan Club?
Yeah, well, I did hear it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, could be that. Loads of good Scottish bands.
Yeah.
You got your Rote Capel EP.
Sure.
There's one for the heads.
Or I'd like, The Heart of Midlothian book by Walter Scott.
Yeah.
But Gary's not getting me that.
Tin of shortbread.
He's getting me a glass of Scottish water.
Yeah, I'll tell you someone who won't
Porridge.
be if you do get them if they get you in a Secret Santa, won't be buying you any kind of CD, record, iTunes voucher or anything of the sort.
Ooh.
That'll be Ben Purrington.
Why is that?
Because he revealed, and I'm treading carefully here, in the before match video question.
Oh, yeah.
Before the Tuesday match, that he doesn't like music.
Yeah, when people say this...
He doesn't like music, and he had to go on his Spotify, and on his Spotify, he looked at his Spotify Wrapped, and his number one song was Build Me Up Buttercup, and that, it turns out, was his initiation song, and he signed a year ago, so he literally hasn't listened to any music since then.
That's...
On Spotify. And I don't think, he'd say also,
He's not got a massive LP collection.
No, because
like music.
Mike Bratt goes...
Craig.
He goes, you don't like music, I know that. Do you mean, so he already kind of like...
This is a known fact.
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't like music.
That's weird, isn't it? It's like saying I don't like clothes. Isn't it?
Yeah. Well...
Don't like food.
No, but you have to wear clothes.
But music's everywhere.
Yeah, but you don't have to like it.
You have to like it. Yeah. Was it Michael Owen that said he didn't like films?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's deeply, deeply weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Don't like music or any of it. It's this, what?
You got to search a bit harder, Ben.
K-pop
Yeah.
or bark.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you mean? You don't like any of it?
Yeah. You don't even like elevator music. You just like the silence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Curious.
So
Ben, shall I make your playlist,
He's
Ben?
the last person I want.
I'm going to make Ben Purrington a playlist.
Oh, okay, yeah, do it. Yeah.
And I'll put
Peace
some
offering.
good music on it of a variety of styles, and maybe it'll be the...
Yeah, maybe.
An
I
awakening
mean,
for
fair
it.
enough. He has spent most of his life in footballers' dressing rooms, and I can imagine.
Yeah, the music they've got
would
on there is
make me
dire.
think I don't like music if that's the only thing I'd heard. But
Yeah.
especially given everyone else's.
They wear headphones nowadays.
No, but they're still putting stuff on, aren't they?
Yeah, I
And
know
like-
they are. But
And
you can
what-
have something on the coach. Have something on...
Coldwell's was like Ed Sheeran or something, or like
Right.
Lewis Capaldi,
Right.
Scottish, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, that's just music for people who don't like music. Don't know anything about music, isn't it? Capaldi.
Yeah.
You expect better, don't you?
You expect better, yeah.
off humanity.
Mm.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to make. So job number one is I got to make Purrington a playlist. Anyway, Callum, good question. You got us talking about that.
Good question, yeah.
All right. So it's Christmas soon, everyone. If you haven't noticed,
Sooner than I'd like it to be.
sooner than it's very soon. 9 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we play Burton away this Saturday. That's the 21st.
Hapless Burton.
Hapless Burton.
Burton's menswear. They're
Yeah.
going down like Burton menswear did.
Yeah. They're going down like Long Tall Sally.
Does that not exist anymore?
Nah, it's long gone.
Okay. Well, anywhere, because sometimes you think a shop's
Well,
gone.
like Wimpy still exists in Barnstable.
Yeah, C&A still in France.
Really?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Is it? Yeah. Oh, but I think Long Tall Sally's gone. But I was never a big shopper there, being neither tall nor a woman.
It's not really for you.
It's not my category. I'm not their demographic.
No.
Anyway, Burton are having a terrible time.
They really are. They've only got 12 points.
Have they still got all our old players? Chowke's still there,
That
isn't
didn't
he?
work out for any of them, I don't think.
No,
It was an
Blackman's
absolute
no longer got a
disaster.
club.
None of them were even. None of them were even playing like second half of the season. Yeah, Blackman's gone.
I think Keggs is still there.
Is he?
I think so. I'll have to look it up now.
Raheem Harper and Jake Caprice. Is he still there? Caprice must still be there.
I don't know. He was good, wasn't he, Caprice?
Where was he?
Well, he was better than...
He's all right.
He was quick.
He was very quick.
Yeah, I don't know.
But he mugged us off, didn't he, to go to play
Yes,
for them?
well, he was seen in a shirt while he was still signed for us. Bad move, Jake.
No, he's literally playing a match for
Oh,
them.
that's right, yeah. Yeah, Paul Ince, but worse. Well, this has to be a game that we not just get a result, but look like we've got some kind of control over our football. They're on the caretaker manager, aren't they, as well? They're all... it's not going very well for them.
Keggs Chowke still there.
Yeah, okay. I think that's it.
Yeah, where's Jake Caprice now then?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we've got to win. We've got to win this, and we've got to score some goals. You know, we've got to. Something's got to give. If we can't win this one, then we might
If
be
we
in
can't
trouble.
win this one, things start to look quite bad.
Caprice plays for Oldham.
Does he?
Yeah,
Blackman ain't got a team, has he?
he got an assist at the weekend.
Fair play. So this would just be, if we can't get anything here, team down on their luck, team full of, well, not full of, but got players that we rejected.
Well, there's no question this time. This is not a team.
This is not a team that in any way
Yeah,
have got anything on us.
it's not. We've played at these other teams before us. You know, Stockport, Barnsley, Wrexham, Birmingham City, Wickham. All these categorically are not in that category.
No.
So this is, if anything, they've got half the points we have. This is all the way down the other end. So they're not even around us. We've got to win, and we've got to show.
Well, it's got to be goals from open play, I would say. To show that we've got something about us.
Yeah.
Got to have a goal from open play. We've got to dominate the game. We've got to create significant amounts of chances.
Yeah. Would you like to see anything different in the? I know you'd like to see a lot different, but who are you getting in there?
I
This
don't
week?
understand. I think he's got qualities, Aitchison. I don't think playing him in that position does anyone any favours.
What, number 10?
Yeah. I don't know where
Tell
his
that to
best-
Mark Hughes.
No, I think he's not the man for that job.
No, yeah, probably not. No,
And then
Aitchison's another Niskanen, isn't he? In a way, where it's like he provides a lot of important things. The problem is in that position, you need to be getting the numbers. I mean, you've got to
Assists and
score.
goals
You've
and-
got to contribute to the creation of goal-scoring chances at the very least.
And like we've always said with Colwell's brand of football, because he's really like only the best chances are what matter, and so we resist creating chances that aren't going to be like cast iron guaranteed goal scoring opportunities. There's never any runoff from like, I'll have a shot and maybe it won't go in, maybe it'll cause some chaos. There's never any of that. And actually football relies on that stuff.
Well, that would mean resulting in goal from open play.
Yeah, that's
wouldn't it?
right.
So, and that's clearly not happening.
No. So you like, I get it when, not that they do this, but if you're Real Madrid and every player can do exactly what they need to do to put it on a plate for Mbappe or for Bellingham or whatever, you could do that. anything below that standard, which, let's be honest, is almost entire...
Let's look a bit closer to home. Look what's happened. Look what's happened at Man City.
Yeah.
Look what's happened at Russell Martyn at Southampton.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same football as we're seeing.
Yeah.
And that's right. When those are the teams that try and do it.
Well, even Man City can't get it to work this season. Look who they've got,
Yeah, that's right. So I just think someone like Aitchison, I don't know if it's him, because we've never seen him outside of a Colwell system. So maybe he's just very obedient to the plan. So I either want to see him take the brakes off, or I want to see someone in that position who will do a bit more than they're asked to do.
I want to see Richards in there again.
Yeah, him and McDonald in that Wickham game was really good and quite different.
I know he's young and whatnot, but at least he looks like he can make something happen.
Yeah. It's just got to be a different...
Mitchell, there's injury. There is all these points, right, that are relevant, and not to excuse the football because it has been bad for a few years now in terms of like, is this entertaining? The answer is no.
Yeah.
But Mitchell got a few minutes, hadn't played a lot, basically played no football for a year, but he is an attacking player who's capable of scoring and assisting, and
and does what he feels like.
There's Carriol to come back as well, and we don't know much about him. I mean, he's an attacker, so maybe, I don't know.
Well, he showed glimpses, didn't he?
There's Reece Cole back now, and we know he's scored and assisted in the past and made some things happen. So these things are true. Pat Jones as well, believe it or not, is actually apparently pretty close.
Would you believe it?
Would you believe it? We don't even know who he is. I don't know. I've no idea what he looks like.
He looks like Jacob.
He sounds
Patrick
like
Bamford. Weirdly, same.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
He sounds like a character from Fireman Sam.
Yes, he does.
We'll see.
So that's Burton on Saturday, and then it's Christmas. Happy Christmas, and then it's Boxing Day. Bristol Rovers at home. Recently divorced Bristol Rovers. Matt Taylor,
literally this morning,
sacked today. Our own Matt Taylor.
It's been coming, hasn't it?
It has been coming. So they're currently managers. Presumably they got a plan because it's been on the cards for a while.
Yeah.
I would imagine Tony Pulis fancies his chances, but whether he dropped down that low, I don't know.
Pulis, isn't he somewhere else?
No, he's retired.
He's retired,
really,
isn't he? Yeah.
Retired.
Who knows who they'll get, but yeah, it's like not a great time, is it, for us? Because they'll have someone in by then probably, you're a bit established. We've done pretty well against like Colwell versus Taylor.
Yeah,
I feel like we've done pretty well, haven't we, out of that?
Yeah, we have. Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, there's that one. So there's 2 games, and then there's so many games, isn't there, over Christmas and whatnot, and New Year. I think we're going to try and cram a little podcast in then after Boxing Day.
That's right, because then it's Crawley on the following Saturday, isn't it? Is it Crawley?
Crawley, yeah.
Following Sunday.
Yeah.
28th, 29th.
Yeah, and there's all sorts.
There's all
manner of
then it's Bolton at home, isn't it, on the 4th? I think that's right.
There's Wickham away in there as well.
Oh, that's New Year's Day. Yeah.
So there's loads of games, but we'll do another one.
We'll probably do another one after Boxing Day.
Yeah.
Hopefully by which time we'll be scoring freely.
Yes.
He said with wild...
Well, don't worry, because I feel like Pat Jones is the answer to this, and he's going to come in and
honestly,
bang him in.
Until Colwell changes this approach a bit, it's always going to be like this. Sometimes we'll score 1 and win. We may even get a better striker in who's more likely to score than McGuinness is.
Like kind of worst case scenario, we get a Fecco back and we can start at least, and he can
it's 0-0s and it's
we can at least get some 0-0s and 1-0s.
That's right, because I think
although there's a lot of pressure on that one man who
well, yeah, but if we'd gone 1-0 up against Barnsley beginning of the season with a Fecco, Kramer, Sweeney, maybe the 1-0 win is more likely.
Yeah, maybe. Although I don't really blame Ed Francis for much of this, but
no, I don't either. I think Fecco's attacking play.
Also, Woods has been off the boil, and does he not need someone like Francis in there with him? I mean, Ed Francis is kind of the Tom Carroll of, isn't he? Kind of the Tom Carroll role, and Woods did all his best work with Tom Carroll next to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and Macmillan is a right back who's being asked to do the job of a player like Tom Carroll, and I know that what the Tom Carroll we had wasn't the one who, scoring in the Champions League, but at least at one point that man was very, very good in that position. Whereas I feel like Jack McMillan is, trying, I think he's a very useful player, but he's basically out of position, and I'm not sure he is quite up to that.
No. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens. Efeko's not that far away.
No, apparently
Mitchell's
not.
Playing. I
know.
Cole's playing.
Yeah, we're all going on. I know. I keep going. Like, we might think we're delusional now, going on about how if we get all these players back, we'll start playing this free-flowing football. We haven't done any free-flowing football since Gary's arrived.
I don't think
there'll
be any fleet. I can't speak that thing. I don't. Things are like this until Gary leaves. And Gary's only leaving for a better job.
Yeah, unless by some fluke he manages to sign we sign some striker who just sort of goes off on one, and we get one of those. By mistake we end up with one of those strikers who's really good in League One for a year or something.
Yeah,
that could happen.
Yeah,
pretty unlikely.
But even then, I think the system just doesn't allow for it.
No, but it would have to just be, sometimes you just get someone who's just like, just everything they touch turns to gold. But that feels like our only hope of
it does really
being free flowing.
Yeah.
But obviously there's this all Christmas stuff to go. We'll get all this out of the way, and then it is transfer a go-go.
Yeah. Yes. Let's see. Don't stay up all night waiting in anticipation.
What, for a whole month?
Yeah.
Don't stay up for.
You'll be
not
tired.
Sleep for a month.
No, you'd be tired.
I think you
tired and teasing.
Don't you die if you don't sleep for 10 days?
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes. Actually. Yeah, that's right. You just keel over.
Something like that.
You're just permanently asleep.
Like if you have literally no sleep for like a certain period of time, you will just die.
Yeah, you need your sleep, Dan.
Oh, I know that.
Turn your light out. Go to bed.
Well, I've been having a bit. This is boring, but I have been having. I've fixed basically the timer on the boiler.
Oh yeah.
I say I fixed it. A man came.
Yeah.
And now the heating comes on in the morning. I've been struggling to get out of bed, so.
You're right, that is boring.
Dawned on me, so I can just turn the radiator down in my room.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's boring, isn't it? But it's up there with kind of, surely, we've talked about
more boring.
Birds on my roof before, pecking me senseless.
Ah, the good old days. Oh, no, I don't know what to call this episode. Yeah, that's true. We've covered all manner of topics, which is why we're an AI bot's dream.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
Don't worry, this podcast will never die because we've got enough out there now that AI could continue for us.
It's just someone will just have to do an impression of us saying the names of new players.
Yeah, but also, will AI be able to keep up our, some of our...
witty repartee?
No, they'll be able to do that. They'll probably be able to improve that significantly. I just mean, will they be able to do like, we're kind of like, we won't take any advertising, because we're,
yeah, we're like that.
We're like that, like we've been offered big stuff and we've turned it down. Will an AI person
just take it?
Go in the Heritage Lounge?
Yeah, I feel like they will. They have to wheel him in.
Yeah, head in a jar.
Head in a jar. Laptop in Taggy's case.
Even a head in a jar would probably complain about the food, wouldn't it?
I think so. My concern would be, would our head in a jar look tastier than some of the stuff on offer? And we get eaten.
Yeah.
It's a concern. It's a real concern.
Hey, stick this guy in the deep fat fryer for us for a bit.
Yeah. You want to stop going on about Taggy's cars. All right, well, thanks for listening, everyone, and a happy Christmas. I won't wish you a happy New Year yet because I think we'll be back before then. Yeah, I hope you get everything you ever dreamed of. Hope you get a new Exeter City kit. Yes. Hope you get some sort of bob-old item with the City logo on it. I'm sure we all will. Big time. All right. Nice one. Happy Christmas. We'll see you in a few days' time. Thanks for listening. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague Dan. Cheers. See you soon.